talk to my daughter about this because we're Muslim. And I think that one thing that's really important is that this is not a part of Islam and that it's condemned by Muslims. We can try to understand what were some of the things that motivated them, but it never justifies, and explaining it's no justification.
There's no motive for that.
But to understand, what was it that made them so angry. In the 1970s, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, and we know your family from daddy's side comes from that region. It's probably 98% Muslim. And the United States and other powers saw this as a huge threat to us. They invade Afghanistan. What's next? Maybe they'll try to get Pakistan, for example. The United States wasn't going to intervene directly because we don't want to fight directly the Soviet Union. So we helped indirectly by funneling money and weapons to people fighting the Soviets. Ronald Reagan called them freedom fighters, the Mujahideen, they were called. Well, one of the people that joined to help fight was Osama bin Laden, who's from Saudi Arabia. So he was able to meet other like-minded people to fight against the Soviets, and they actually were successful expelling the Soviets. They withdrew eventually from Afghanistan. But the war was really devastating, and so the country was very destabilized. Osama bin Laden stayed there and began to create what becomes known as Al-Qaeda. He had this idea that the West was to blame for all of these problems. He was very angry about it, and the only way to really stop the West from the ways it had harmed, in his view, Muslim people was to use terror. There were other incidents where the World Trade Center was attacked in 1993.
That was like a smaller attack, or?
It was a truck that was pulled into the parking garage and a bomb was detonated. And in 1998, he actually was responsible for bombing 2 American embassies in Africa, in Kenya and Tanzania.